Oh, g'day. Welcome along to Now We Can See It. I'm just undercoating some rattan shelving here. It's one of the products that we're using amongst many, and you can find out about all the different things that we've done throughout our van. It is a 1975 Supreme. Little things such as the Superflex and products that we choose to use, why we use them, and what have you. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to what we're speaking about today, which is installing a toilet. Most of the caravans use the same type of toilet, just a slightly different variations within the model. Anyway, there's a few costume changes in this video, so let's get into it. What's in the box? To start with is a cartridge, and that is your waste storage and holds obviously all the products. The other thing that comes with it is just a little sample of the concentrated fluid that you put into the tank just to stop the smells, brochures obviously. There are two instructions that come with it. One is the instruction manual, and obviously another one which is about their other products as well. This is a C220 series, and it can rotate, which is excellent for us, and it's just a standard toilet that we had in our other previous caravan, and it worked really well. On the back of this, once you unwrap it, it's fairly simple, so that's where you'll put your waste tank and what have you. And the only thing that comes with the toilet as such is one adapter here and a lead which has got a plug on it. It doesn't come with the other end of the plug. That's how they supply it. So a lot of people put like a splice onto it instead of doing a hard wire. So if they need to, they can just check the wiring there. The issue that we had when it came to the instructions with the toilet installation was pretty much the template. So there were multiple different templates, and they're all fine. The main template for the toilet to cut the hole out for the cartridge to slide in and out was the one that was put in a little bit of doubt for me. So what I've done is using a bit of scrap material, and again, example only, I marked it out on this. So if this was a template, obviously it's full size to the toilet, it was folded in half as such, and theoretically you'd sit that on the ground of the toilet, and there'll be several different lines here and another one here. So that was the base of the toilet, and that was the wall of the caravan. Because there was multiple different lines, I didn't want to cut out the incorrect one, and by having the template just slightly out would then affect where the toilet cartridge would then be able to exit as well. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to cut through any of the framework where necessary, so that's where I went back to this. I marked out the template onto a bit of ply, and that way it wasn't flimsy, it was nice and sturdy. I then cut it out with a jigsaw and then placed that onto the wall, and was able to move it around to where I thought it wasn't going to interfere too much with cutting out any wall frames or any other areas. So looking ahead, is there going to be electrical systems in the way? Is there going to be anything else that's going to affect it? As you can see, there's a black line that is going around there, and that's the outside of the toilet, and we wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to interfere with the walls, or on the outside here interfere with the other hatches that are on the outside. So what we've done is we've re-screwed this back in, and behind the marine ply and the insulation we've got another batten as well, and that's to screw onto this hatch. So the hatch has got something nice and firm to screw into, not just aluminium on the exterior. And it's waterproof, everything's sealed, including the screws. When the screws went in, we made sure that there was silicone on them as well. Better to do an overkill than have a leak, I guess. So now that that's done, there's also a little texture mark here, and on the side of the toilet is where the water runs through, and also the 12 volt will come up as well. So we wanted to make sure that that didn't interfere with the chassis or any other components that are running underneath the caravan as well. And that's worked out nicely. We're making sure that the toilet, because of the size of this caravan, is the toilet is facing this way, obviously with the flush mount on the top there, but the actual seat is facing this way. So I'll sit the toilet in so you can visually see what it's going to look like, and squizzle the seat around so you understand what I mean by that. As I said previously, when I made a template up on the workbench, and I also had this clip which attaches up here. So when I installed it before the final product has gone on, I made measurements so I know how far and how far from the floor up to there for this on. Once that screws on, the toilet will sit in place and this will be ready for the plumber. This is a 10mm water line that we buy it from a marine shop, and the attachments we can't get from Bunnings. You also have to buy them as well. I'll give you the product at the bottom of the screen now. Let's install the toilet. So the last thing to do now is attach the 4 screws into the bottom. So you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and once again it is best to pre-drill them before you put the base in, just with a marker pen, and screw them in nice and easily so you don't strip it. So that's your wire, which will run to here, which would normally come through this area here, but because we've got the nice little area here and it's nice and neat, it's not going to interfere with this area here. We're going to be able to connect that, and it's a happy day. I hope that this has helped you out, and we'll see you next time for a second video, probably on the shower and water system. We'll see you on the road. Hooroo.